H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it's Thursday. It's Baby Friday. It's really Thursday, but on Friday, we are not here. That's not breaking news, Alfio. Alfio, that's not breaking news. That news been broke. That news been broke. uh, I love it when people try to break news that everybody know. But but y'all, it's Thursday. Right. The Chop Shop is not aired on Friday. So what we do, we call our Thursdays our Fridays. But shout out to people that try to be first all the time. Thank you, Alfio. But man, don't you know how many times we done talked about that this morning? It is unbelievable. Just go look up at if you want to know what news, go look up Alfio. Oh, that's right. You hold on. I forgot, y'all. Everybody's not on the same page. Let me put it up. Hold on. I got it. I'm gonna put it up there for y'all. Okay. Thank you, Sensei. I'm glad you did that. I'm glad you did that. That was good. And I know we're gonna talk about it, but we're gonna share that so y'all get a chance. How about them Dodgers? That's all I got to say. How about them Dodgers? I wish Jimmy was here. Oh, hold on. Before I go there, Minnie Collins. Oh, I see Minnie Collins on there. Let me shout out to the starting five. Those are the our five great people who sign on to the Chop Shop feed first. We got Rod Wells, we got Kevin Lewis, we got Jeremy Davis, Gary Sinclair, and D. Holcomb. Boy, the men just ran the women out of there today. Shout out to the guys today. Sixth man of the day, Rod Wells. Rod. Let me see. No, Rod. No, I'm sorry. Jason Peters is the sixth man of the day. I'm sorry, Jason. What's up, Thad Moody? Hey, Michael Smith is in the house. The concierge scheduling is in the house. Medical Mike is in the house. Is in the building. Let me see what else we got. Sonya Billingsley. What's up, Mark Edwards, Tyrone, Troy Callahan. Let me see. Hey, Candace, you know I'm going down to check where my girl's at. Hold on. Hey, Mindy. What's up, Rick Brown? Blue Heaven won last night. Hey, Shanquetta, all the way from San Diego. I had some people in San Diego the other day. They was calling me. Let me see. That's the news he talking about. How do your Dodgers? Yeah, they were. Yeah, my Dodgers. My Dodgers. What? Hey, Mindy. My Dodgers. Hey, Mindy. Where Mindy at? Hold up. Mindy, it was a walk-off. It was a walk-off home. Mindy, do me a favor with your vast knowledge of baseball. Mindy, find out the last time they had a walk-off home run in the what you call this game right here? In the wild card game. A walk-off in the wild card game. Mindy, help me. Help me, cause you know I might have to Google it, Mindy. You probably got it on the tip of your brain. Hey, what's up, Wesley Yates? Hey, how did Justin Fields is permanent starter? Yes, he's QB1, right? Yeah, yes. Arnetta Jackson, Ivan Pettit, and Ivan Pettit Jr. in the house. We got a trio. Hold up, we got a trio family in the building today. Yeah, my Dodgers. Yeah, us. Yes. Hold on. Hey, Mindy. Mindy, they had a great record, Mindy. San Francisco, them other people just had a better record than them. The Dodgers had a pretty good record. But, hey, Kimberly Jackson. Sonya Billingsley. And Mindy, just find out. Just help me out, Mindy. All I'm asking. When is the last time you seen a walk-off home run in the wild card game? I'm just asking for a friend, man. And guess what? The White Sox in town. Excuse me. Yeah, the White Sox in town. Chicago White Sox in town. Hey, That is Moody, you got to help me. I can't. One of my great memories of Chicago. Uh, that is Moody. Do you know a guy named Carl Harris that lived in Chicago? He sent me to a barbershop. I was in Chicago. I needed a cut because I had a meeting. I needed a cut. And he sent me out. That is Moody. I went past Chicago White Sox Stadium on past, and he sent me out somewhere. He said, boy, you know where the hell you was? But when I told the barber who sent me, that's my dude. I told the barber, he said, man, you the safest dude in the neighborhood. I said, see, Chicago is different. Okay, but he sent me to a barbershop over there. That is, I had to pass up the stadium. But I'll never forget. I've been in Wrigley Field, but I never had a chance to go to the White Sox Stadium. But they are in town. And don't be going down there bothering them. I know the hotel they staying in. And don't be going down there bothering them, everybody. Right there across from Vic and Anthony's. But don't go bother them, everybody. But listen, we're not talking White Sox. We're not. Oh, okay. I like that. See, y'all got to understand. I'm going to tell the truth. If that is Moody wasn't mentioned in the White Sox, because wasn't nobody, if he didn't mention, I wouldn't even know anything about the White Sox, what's going on. I even admitted yesterday. Mindy caught me. Mindy, I Googled Jimmy talking about who I don't know. But Mindy, hey, smart people, that's why I tell y'all. Somebody tell you what you don't know, go find out about it. Okay, gonna be. Astros gonna beat the brakes up. What his name? Jose Abreu is in town. Who else in town? Who else in town? That is Moody. Yo, I'm loving it. Now let me tell you something. That is Moody. I'm really just playing with you. I don't want Chicago to beat Astro. Let's get to. I just like to mess with Mindy, and I just like to mess with Jimmy. I ain't gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna Google it. Tim Anderson is in town, Mindy. Robert Luis is in town, Mindy. Come on, that is. Who else in town? Melvin Marks said Astros in 4. Wait a minute. Melvin Marks, that's a sweep. Wait a minute. Did Melvin Marks, let me put that on the screen so everybody can see what Melvin Marks said. So we go, yeah, I'm going to put that because I know some of us. Hey, Melvin. Hey, y'all. Hold up. Before I do anything, I want to shout out. His mom sending me. See, when you send me stuff, watch what I do. Look what I got, y'all. Mom texted me this morning. Take a look. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. I got something for y'all. This is one of our own, y'all. Hold up. Y'all got to know I look out for. Check this out, y'all. This young man, Tyler Smith, got a Topps trading card. Overtime. A Topps trading card. Young kid went to Bush High School. They from Louisiana. He came up here, made his name for himself. Now he's on Overtime Elite, and he got a trading card, y'all. I ain't gonna tell y'all, much basketball as I played, I ain't never get no damn trading card. I used to collect Topps trading cards. And Tyler Smith, shout out, congratulations to Tyler. Thank you, Nishan, for sending me that so I can put it on the screen. I like to recognize our kids when they do something like that. Now, hold up. Let's get back to this Facebook feed. Sonia Billingsley said, Thaddeus is such a gentleman, Hatter. He would not clown us. Good luck to your boy. Well, I'm not a gentleman. No. Thaddeus can be a gentleman. No, I'm not no gentleman. Hey, let me tell y'all something. I like Dusty Baker. I just don't like the management. I just don't like the management. See how I get right back? But then, that Sonya, that Mindy, that Jimmy, they love their Astro. And I just like to get, y'all, I got to get, y'all always messing with me. y'all, y'all not, uh, y'all do me the same way. But so guess what? Astros tonight. Thinking about going, y'all. Thinking about going. Thinking about going. Thinking about going. You know, got a couple of things I need to do tonight, but I'm thinking about going. But it's a couple of things. I'm trying to wait on Jimmy. Share the show right quick before Jimmy get here, because we got a lot of stuff. Got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff to talk about today. And I'm going to need y'all help today. Need your help every day. But the Rockets versus the Heat tonight. The Rockets versus the Heat. I'm invited to that, but guess what? I'm gonna watch it because I want to see Jalen Green and I want to see what's his name, Kevin Porter Jr. What's up, Trey Phillips? Trey Phillips. I like what you be texting me right before the show. And Trey Phillips, I've been studying that stuff all night. But yeah, shout out to Tyler. In case you just came on. Let me show you. The young fella got his own Topps trading card. I don't know. I don't think nobody else on this Facebook feed got a Topps trading card, but Tyler Smith has one, and absolutely, I just love it. I love it. That's why I had to put it up there twice. Thank you. The mom sent it to me. When she sent it to me, y'all y'all always remember input equal output. You send me something, I'm putting it up. I know, but ain't nobody sent it to me. Dale Griggs, I don't have nobody sent it to me. Her mom sent it to me. I just got it, but I had a feeling you. So let me, Mindy, you're a rider. Mindy, I love y'all being fans. That's good. I love y'all being fans. That's what make this thing work. I just, me, Mindy, I guess I was just too proud. Mindy, everybody running over there to get people autographs and everybody run. Mindy, I always thought they better be coming over here trying to get mine. I'm not going over there trying to get his autograph. That's just what my mindset, Mindy. Nothing against who. If you love your team, love your team. It's just that I had a mindset that I just did, especially when I got into this business, I couldn't be cheering for a player or a team. For a team, I cheer for the guys that mess with me. You know how y'all say, I mess with who mess with me. You know what I'm saying? Who my ride or die. See, the Astros ain't gonna ride with me. But Charles Woodson will. The Orlando Magic might not ride with me, but Penny Hardaway will. You follow me? You got me? The Patriots might not ride with me, but Ty Law, he will. So guess what? I ride with who mess with me. You follow me? That's why I mess with y'all, because y'all ride with us on this chop shop. So guess what? Anything that I can do, I'm going to put us in a position where we're powerful enough to make positive changes in our community. Because we already see these other people ain't going to do it. They waiting on their careers. I don't want to vote this way because I got to race them. We didn't send you up there for your career. Senator Manchin, Senator Sinema, we didn't send you up there for your career, to advance your career. We sent you up there for our interests. And y'all, we got to start figuring out in this community who looking out for our interests. I like that, man. You better not be no groupie. You got a husband over there. You better be a groupie to him. I understand that. We ain't say groupie. We just said fans. Hold up. Let's see what else I got. I got something. Hold up. All right, I'm going to start because I ain't got time to be waiting on Jimmy. I'm going to start because trying to see how I want to go here, okay? I saw this today. This was a headline. This is what, who was that put that on the screen? Alfio. Check this out, Dr. Newsom. This was one of the headlines that I saw. Check this out, Dr. Newsom. 8 former NBA stars charged with massive $4 million healthcare fraud. What's wrong with that picture, Sonya Billingsley? What's wrong with that massive $4 million is massive? I'm talking about, look, read the headline. This is what I'm mad about. 18 former NBA stars charged with massive. I'm talking about that adjective. Why couldn't it just be with $4 million healthcare fraud? This how, you remember I said it's two structures going out there. It's a social structure, how they see us, and a governance structure, how we see each other. I got, somebody sent me something, and I got it here. I got to read it. This is why I'm mad about it. It got this governor named Rick Scott. His little healthcare company was caught in a big scandal. He left there with 300 million, and they gave him 300 million, a million a year. I mean, constant fraud, $300 million worth. They didn't say nothing about massive. But he had the complexion for protection for collection. Share the show right quick, y'all. Share the show right quick. Share the show. Trying to see where I'm going to go with this, y'all. Y'all know I'm going somewhere. Let me start here. Let me start here. Okay. I just don't. And I'm talking about this story, not to talk about these guys, because I love all of these guys. But we got young guys. What's up, Anson? We got young men who growing up trying to be professional athletes. And I want them to learn a lesson from this. Archie, we got guys who will come on social media and says slavery was a choice. And now he gonna start a Montessori school in LA. And we got several parents gonna send their kids out there to this school. The breaking news that Alfio was talking about, and it was not 8, it was 18 former NBA players have been arrested and charged federally for defrauding the NBA's. Check this out. Yes. Trey Phillips, sometimes I'm gonna break it. I'm glad you picked up on it. Yes, I'm talking about Kanye West, that in that other stanza, but I'll get back to him. Defrauding the NBA's. NBA, remember the NBA's, not your. Let me read that again. These guys have been arrested for defrauding the NBA's health and welfare benefit plan, not the government's plan, okay? Not your taxpayers' dollars plan, okay? For approximately $4 million. Some of the players included Milt Palacio, Sebastian Telfair, Antoine White, Darius Miles, Ruben Patterson, Eddie Robinson, Gregory Smith, Glenn Big Baby Davis, Jamario Moon, Terrence Williams, Alan Anderson, Tony Allen, Shannon Brown, William Bynum, Melvin Ely, Christopher Douglas Roberts, and Tony Roden. You know why it's so personal to me? I've happened to met and been around 90% of these guys. Tried to represent a few of them. This hurts. This really, yo, this personal to me. The story says that. This the indictment. The indictment says that. I want you to have a full, because guess what? We got young men in our community. These guys had made money and been in the NBA. And now they have been indicted. All of these guys for $4 million. Talk to me, y'all. Share the show. Because I'm finna get into something. I gotta get a sip. Matter of fact, let me play a commercial. I'm gonna come back. Y'all share the show right quick. This got me a little bit. I'm telling you. I'm gonna let you know why I'm so shook about
it. How are you going to be on the stage? How are you going to get from off the bench to on the floor? If you love basketball, you got to be passionate about what you do. You can't just play just to play.
If you really want it, you'll need to make sacrifices. You'll face doubt. You will fail. Whether or not you succeed, that choice.
How are you going to be on the stage? How are you going to get from off the bench to on the floor?
Y'all better get y'all one of them grind machines. Grindbasketball.com. Y'all better get you one. But back to what I was talking about. And I'm going somewhere here. Hey, Ray Moore, I need you. I'm talking about the 18 NBA players that got indicted for fraud, fraud in the NBA's health and medical program. Okay. I'm going some further than that how much it is per person. That ain't the issue here. I got some for y'all. Now, the indictment said that Terrence Williams orchestrated a plan to submit false claims to the NBA Wealth and Welfare Benefit Plan. First of all, let me tell y'all something. This they money. Because where you think the plan got funded from? They take it out of the players' money. This their money. NBA players' money. This fraud what they did. Don't get it wrong. But this is their money. Williams allegedly offered to supply false invoices from a group of former players in exchange for kickbacks from payments to Williams. One of your boys called you and said, hey man, look here, you ain't got to do nothing, man. Just, I'm going to submit this claim. They're going to give you this money. Just throw me down. It's our money anyway. Imagine, do me a favor, everybody. Imagine what it's like. Yes, those federal charges, yes. Imagine what it's like going from cashing six-figure paychecks every other week for years on end to absolutely nothing. That has got to be some kind of calm down. I'm not saying fraud is the way. But maybe you can see how they got a little desperate. What's up, Chad? Chad. 18 of those guys, man. I met most of them and tried to represent several of them. And I'm sitting there saying, I wish I could have been there. I know because neither one of them on that list that I've ever had a great relationship with, a broke bread with. No, this ain't white folks been swindled out of no damn money. This the NBA players' money, Rick Wilmore. Listen. It's the NBA players' money, not the white folks' money. All told, the indictment said Williams was paid at least, who added that up? $230,000 in kickbacks from the 10 other players. The players involved and some of their relatives submitted approximately $3.9 million in fraudulent claims and actually received $2.5 million in fraudulent payments. Sensei, ain't nobody tarnished their names. They frauded. It was fraud. If you don't, what they said, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Somebody taught me that a long time ago, Sensei. I ain't saying that, I mean, this is what happened. But I'm not going to stop there. No, I am. In an article, September the 8th. Now, that's 18 NBA players, right? Y'all keep up with this. I got to write this down myself. Keeping notes. Ex-NFL players have been pleaded guilty to a scheme to steal from healthcare fund. I know y'all forgot about that. That's why you got me. Clint Portis. Y'all forgot about that. Hold on. 18 NBA players, 15 ex-NFL players have pleaded guilty to a scheme. 3 former NFL players. Let me read your story. This was a little while back, but they talked about it on September the 8th. They got a sentence. Three former NFL players pled guilty to healthcare fraud scheme, bringing the total number of retired players who pleaded guilty to 15. Clint Portis, who recently played with the Washington football team. Tamarick Vanover, who played for Kansas City Chiefs. I knew him well. I knew Clint Portis. Clint Portis went to school with Andre Johnson. I never forget, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all, one of the most remarkable athletes I ever seen in my life. I went to Miami to visit Andre Johnson. I look up on the board. You know, in the football thing, they up on the board, they have, you know, the shuttle. How the guy the name who the best at this, the guy who best at this, got the back, all up on the wall in the weight room. Clint Portis' name was at the top of every list. Every list, wherever it was done. Now I'm trying to do my show. That's all I'm trying to do, Rick. I'm trying to teach something here. You just making comments. Robert McCoon, who played for several NFL teams, pleaded guilty to the charges in late August. The former players admitted to defrauding the Gene Upshaw player, Joe Horn, It's called the Gene Upshaw NFL Player Health Reimbursement Account Plan. So it ain't no white folks' money. It's the players' money. what I'm trying to explain, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all stay focused on me, because everybody don't have the facts. The healthcare plan gave tax-free reimbursements to health expenses that weren't covered by the insurance for up to $350,000 per year, but the players submitted false claims to the plan. This is the NFL, and were paid out for medical expensive medical equipment. So let me show you what they were doing. I don't know all of them's financial situation. But me talking to former players this morning, had to be greed. Clint Portis made $43 million while he was in the NBA. Excuse me, NFL. Now, a lot of it got stolen by, what's his name? Drew Rosenhaus and his crew. T.O. and all of them in that bunch. And Drew Rosenhaus still representing players. Some of you parents are still letting guys like Drew Rosenhaus represent your players. Players were telling me this morning, Robert, this is our money. In NFL, they formulate on how much in each player's account, so they can, like your years of service, you got more in your account. Charles Woodson had 18 years of service. He probably have more in his account. Let's say you had 500 in your account, but they red flagged themselves ordering all this expensive equipment. Tell me this, y'all. Ray Moore, Troy Bieniemy. He spent all of this time working yourself to be the top 1% sports-wise, football and basketball. You work all your life. And then come and allow a situation like this. Herman Scott, I ain't got time, but Herman Scott, I can give you a lesson on that. Quit reading the newspaper. That's all I can tell you. Okay? See, what I did, I talked to the players this morning. Talked to former players. And I asked them why they didn't do it. Thank you, Arnetta. Then I saw this article. Herman, I'm telling you, Herman. I got you, Herman. I'm going to cover that one day, Herman. Clint Portis, y'all, Glenn Big Baby Davis, and Tony Allen just got his, I suppose to this year, get his jersey retired in the Memphis arena, in the Grizzlies arena. Clint Portis is facing federal prison. This guy wrote an article saying on rare occasions it's possible. Check this out. Now, hold up. Now check this article out. Check how this article is written and tell me who this written by. Watch this. Watch the wording. Clint Portis is facing federal prison time after pleading guilty to conspiracy, right? On rare occasions, it's possible to be both the culprit and the victim. And in the case of Clinton Portis and the other 14 players who allegedly defraud the NFL of millions, that seemed to be it. Y'all know a brother wrote that, right? I'm going to help you. Did y'all hear what he said? He said, on a rare occasion, it's possible to be both the culprit and the victim. And the reason he said, and guess what? We're going to carry this over to the NBA too. Since it's both of them. No, Johnny Carson didn't write that. He didn't write that, Portis. He didn't write that. He didn't write that. Hey, y'all. Portis made $43 million. I got something for you. He lost a lot of that money to dirty money managers. When you acquire a lot of wealth, you have people, instead of putting your money all in a bank, you got money managers moving your money around and making sure your money making money for you. But some of these guys give these money managers power of attorney where they can move their money without their knowledge, which is not good. Share the show again. Man, I'm sitting there looking at them. They didn't mention your boy. They got Joe Horn. You're right. Let me get to 15 players in football too. You got Joe Horn, Correll Buckhalter, Carlos Rogers. Man, I like Carlos. Went to Auburn. Sharp young dude. James Butler, Etrick Pruitt. Y'all might know some of these guys. John Eubanks, Antoine Odom, Darrell Reed, Anthony McDonald. And the reason I'm calling these Rashay Caldwell, not to embarrass these guys, because this is already. This is to teach our young guys. Guess what? We got some young guys just got drafted to the NFL from this area, right? Right. Herb Baker. Herb Baker. If they don't know better, how the hell they can't do better? If we don't address this thing, everything about black football players defrauding a healthcare fund named, check this out. This the writer again. He said everything about black football players defrauding a health fund care named after the league's first black leader of the Players Association Union, Gene Upshaw, feels wrong, and it is. But it's not the worst sin that's been committed here. Herman Scott, I got something for you, Herman Scott. Did y'all hear what he said? This is not the worst sin that has been committed here. Ray Moore, I got you, Ray Moore. In February, I didn't even have time to talk about it on the show because I had a guest who was supposed to come and talk about it on the show, and he chickened out on me. He got scared. So I didn't even talk about it. But in February, former players Kevin Henry and Najee Davenport filed a lawsuit accusing the league, the NFL, of race norming. Follow me. Race norming, Norming. I'm going to explain it to you in just a minute. To deny them of compensation for the concussions that they suffered while playing. Given that the league promised to pay close to $1 billion, the NFL, not this players fund, the NFL, to players with brain trauma in 2013 when they had that big uproar. They said they was going to spend this money on this player, which was upheld in 2016 by the Supreme Court after the league tried to challenge it, the NFL. Watch me. This why they saying the players got this, did this. They not the only culprit in this. Let's expose everybody. If we're going to talk about these black players, yes, we're going to expose everybody. Race norming, y'all, is defined as the process of statistically adjusting the scores of minority job applicants on job qualifications tests by rating each test. Rate each test taker's score against the result of others in his race or her racial or ethnic group. Vox, a publication, labeled the practice as part of a long legacy of medical racism. And the Scientific American magazine called it the afterlife of slavery. I'm gonna post this article because I want y'all to dig deep. Here's a section of Henry's and Davenport's lawsuits. Let me tell you what the lawsuits was about. If a former black player and a white player received the exact same score on the battery of tests designed to measure their current cognitive functions, the black player is automatically assumed to have suffered less impairment, and he is therefore less likely to qualify for compensation. Did y'all get that? Did y'all get that? Alpha, yo, you should know about this. They test the black player and the white player to get compensation. And they said the white player, he should get compensation. The black player, no, he suffered less than the white player. Hold on. In May, former running back Ken Jenkins and his wife delivered 50,000 petitions demanding equal treatment for black players to the Senate U.S. District Judge Anita Brody, alleging that the league's payout, this $1 billion that the league was supposed to pay out to the players who suffered brain trauma, they gave most of it to the white guys. They wouldn't get on to the black guy. In other words, y'all's already messed up. Y'all don't need no money. Y'all listen. Hold up, y'all. I can't make this up. I told you I had somebody who was supposed to. They talked about it on 60 Minutes. Look at Daryl. Daryl. Hold up, Daryl. I think it's more. Hold on. All right. Well, okay. Hold on. Okay, Judge Brody, alleged that the league's payoffs show bias based on race norming. By June, the league announced that it would end race norming in its concussion settlements with the players. We are committed to, they went through that crap. Ladies and gentlemen, beyond the typical racial acts that players have endured over the years, what has always been consistent is that the league has proven that their bodies and their minds aren't equally valued. From the plight of the black quarterback to the low number of black head coaches. We got a young man on this feed right now whose brother is one of the best coaches. I got this from other coaches around the league. Told me Eric Bieniemy is one of the best coaches that ever came into this profession. I forgot to tell you that, Troy. Of the black coaches and the coordinators, and the CTE cases in which race norming was used to discriminate against the men who sacrificed their brains, their arms, their legs, their needs for the betterment of the league. The NFL always seemed to find a way to undercut its black players. It's undeniable that Clint Portis and those 14 other men, they broke the law. I'm going to repeat. They broke the law. But it's always easy to see why they did it. They wanted retribution from a league that was historically stolen from men like them. And while their acts were illegal, it doesn't mean that they were wrong. Because if anyone should be facing potential time in prison, it should be the suits that run the damn NFL. Now I can sit back and look at y'all comments. What's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on, man? Y'all talk to me, man. See, people were sending me that through a text, but I've already been studying this. That's what I do. The value of the NBA. Do y'all know how? I'm going to show you how valuable. Mustafa, I like that question you sent through the email. I'm waiting on Jimmy to come on so he can answer. But did I give y'all the figure of what each NFL owner a one-time check they got from the TV? Did I give y'all that number? In a pandemic year, wasn't no crowds in the stand. Clifford Brown last year. Wasn't no crowd in the stands, was it? No. Each team cashed a check, one-time check, just for one thing. $309 million each team. That's $7.8 billion. See, these young men who they trying to deprive help to. I'm not talking about the Gene Upshaw farm. I'm talking about the $1 billion that the judge made. It was deprived. They tried to deprive the black players of that too. You was already messed up. So I'm rejecting your claim. Y'all, we've been fighting this stuff, y'all. I'm telling you, I've been in meetings, not this year, but over the last 3 years about this, y'all. Some of my passion might be coming out because right now, because I know a lot of stuff that it's just, hey, y'all, when we raise our kids, they got to know stuff like this. Let's hide it from them. Let's hide it from them, Robert. Don't let them know, Robert. Don't let them know. Or cover their ears up. They don't need. Yes, they do. We don't want the kids. They don't know. But welcome in, Jimmy. Somebody said you scared because of the Astros or something. But Jimmy, Jimmy,
what y'all talking about right now? What's the topic?
Jimmy,
Let's get right.
I talked about. We don't even have to talk about it no more. About the Jimmy, the 18 players in the NFL, NBA, but I went in parallel to the 15 players with Clinton Portis. See, people forgot about that one. The NBA things all over the front page, but people forgot it was 15 NBA players, and all they tried to do was to get money from their fund, from the fund that they. Jimmy, you know how when like the FICA, you know, a lot of people didn't know what FICA was a long time ago. It just come out your fight. You actually, the comedian said, you asked there, who in the hell is FICA getting this money? So this is a players fund that these guys, and they were wrong for defrauding it. Don't get me wrong. But Jimmy, in the NFL's case, the judge said, NFL, y'all got to pay billions of dollars, $1 billion to these players who had CTE and concussion problems. They said, okay. So Jimmy, you come in and get your physical, they get your money. They reject you. Then they reject Dr. Newsom. Then they reject Rod Wells. But all the white guys getting their bread, Jimmy. Then they found out, Jimmy, they was using a formula that reject all the black players and give all the money to the white players. Jimmy, so guess what? I ain't mad at Clinton Portis now. Listen, I don't know if I'm even mad at Tony Allen now. But I'm just sitting there, Jimmy, is you done spent all of your life to get yourself in to be the top 1% athlete-wise. You did good in college. You got your scholarship to college. You go to the pros and you play in the pros. Jimmy, ain't but 5,000, close to 5,000 players to ever have a uniform on. And 18 of these guys just got indicted. I'm going to repeat that. Ain't but almost 5,000 players. 18 of these guys got invited for deciphering their own fund. Something got to be wrong. We can call it greed. We can call it this. But something's got to be wrong. Young players, mamas, if you ever have a son, that's why it's important. Jimmy, and I look at the list, Jimmy, on both lists. Jimmy, I know every last one of them. Didn't have a chance to represent none of them. And Jimmy, and went after half of them and tried to represent half of them. And they said, nah, Drew got me. Drew Rosenhaus. Jimmy. Then I look. And I know it's choices and consequences. But this should never happen. And I know they're desperate. But Jimmy, they put this up on the screen, Jimmy. Somebody send me this. They said 18 former NBA stars charged with massive. Jimmy, look at the headline. Massive for me. How in the hell is 14 million massive? 4 million massive. 18. Hey, that's the kind of stuff they give me, man. Hey, y'all, let's wake up. Now, let's talk about my White Sox in town, staying down there. They probably ate dinner over there, ate lunch over there at Jimmy at Vic and Anthony's right now. I hope Vic and Anthony's don't be, cause Tim and Fertitta own that place. Don't put none in them people food over there. So them Astros, them last Stros, them trash Stros, whatever Stros they are, they get beat. How about that? Hey, hold up. How about them Dodgers? You around here talking that mess. Hey, y'all. He did not send me no text last night. I bet you $100 to a bucket of a dog doo-doo, you would have sent me a text if Mookie and them had a loss last night. But hey, I kept looking at my phone, y'all. Mindy, I did this when the game went off. This is what I was doing, Mindy. Waiting on him to, I ain't heard a peep out of him. Yeah, now what you got to say? Now I can drink my tea.
First of all, what's going on, guys? Let's go and get your share in right now. Let's share the show to your timeline. Share the show to your groups. Let's get this thing on down here. We are right now officially creeping up on the back nine on this baby Friday. Here we go. Dodger fans, you dodged that bullet last night. You dodged the bullet last night. And truth be told, St. Louis did not deserve to win that game. In baseball terms, if you're a baseball purist, St. Louis did not deserve to win. That doesn't necessarily mean that Dodgers deserve. St. Louis didn't deserve to win. Explain to you why. Last I checked, I don't know what the total numbers was, but going into like the 8th inning or maybe the 9th inning, top of the 9th, they were 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Basically, what that means is when you're on offense, if a batter reaches second base, he's considered to be in scoring position. So it means throughout the entire game, right, St. Louis had 11 chances, 11 at-bats to get to do something with that runner. A base hit normally going to score that runner from second. And so they were 0 for 11. If you're 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position, you don't deserve to win the game. Now the thing is, the pitching was stellar on both ends. You know, yeah, both pitchers ran themselves into a speed bump over a speed bump here and there. The manager for the Dodgers, I can imagine. I wasn't on social media during the game, but I can imagine the flack and how many of you Dodger fans felt when he took Max out the game.
Max Scherzer.
Max didn't even want to give him the ball. The manager reached his hand out. Max shook his hand instead of giving the ball. That means normally you give the manager the ball. Max put the ball in his glove and shook the manager's hand like what's up? Like giving him some dap.
Jim,
like, no,
Jim, that manager just sets your ass down over there, Max. That's what you're supposed to do. Now, come on, man. Come on, man.
And so,
hey, Jimmy. Hey, Mindy might talk that stuff till I ain't watched the game. But I know they told me this boy Chris Taylor, he was terrible. He ain't been hitting and knocked that thing in the middle of next week. But keep going, Jim.
I mean, he was all over. I mean, he caught a pitch that was right there, a slider that hung right over the plate, and he yanked that thing clean over the left field fence. And I mean, that's what, that's all. It came down to a spectacular play, and that what was made, and the Dodgers prevailed. So now you have the teams, their next opponent. It gets no easier because now it's a 5-game series between the Dodgers and the Giants, with the Giants holding home field advantage. So they have to travel to the Bay Area and to start that thing off. Now the Giants, truly, honestly, even though you have Oakland, you have the Giants. The Giants has really been they have a motive. Because all season long, several teams got more recognition and accolades than them. Don't get it twisted. Not to mean Milwaukee Brewers. We hadn't talked much about Milwaukee Brewers all damn season. I think when the season started off, we had Yvette Machete on the line on there because remember the Twins were the hottest team in baseball out the gate, and she was talking her Minnesota smack, and now next thing you know, the Twins faded to black. But we didn't hear much about what Toronto.
Hey, we ain't gonna hear much from you in a few days, but keep going.
Oh, absolutely. No, you're gonna hear. Let me tell you something. What happens? Yankee fans, they're not even watching baseball anymore. That's what happened that's what a good ass whooping does. A good ass will make you just go home. You don't even want to cut the TV on anymore. That's what's happening with Yankee fans.
Hey.
Matter of fact, Yankee fans, I got something for y'all.
Hey, I like that game. Hey, Mindy, I like watching it. Mindy, I was like this, Mindy. Mindy, what I was doing, I was taping everything else, was watching the game last night. Because I was just waiting on Jimmy to call and say something. He ain't say nothing. Come on, Jimmy. Come on, Blue Heaven. Talk to me, Blue Heaven.
I got my trash can. You got my trash can. Trash can works. It's working, ain't it?
Yeah.
How that trash can work for you, Yankees? Dodgers? Understand.
Hey, man, the Yankees is old news, man.
Guess what? It's going down. The Giants. Get them Giants. And if you get past the Giants, we'll be waiting on you. The Astros, we'll be waiting on you. Just hold tight. We come and see you. We come and see you. Just whichever one of them California teams coming. Remember, one thing about it, I'm gonna brush up on my Frankie Beverly and Mays lyrics. Remember Frankie Beverly in that "Look at California" song? That's gonna be my theme song all next week when the Astros get knocked this old series off. Remember, he says the rolling hills seem to do something
for you.
Yeah.
The Dodgers.
Look at California. We're looking at California next week. That's what we're gonna do. So meanwhile,
come on, Cletus.
Rod Wells say the Dodgers manager made the correct decision with Max. Yes. Now you're playing Monday morning quarterback.
We supposed to play.
Last night they were blistering him. Why are you taking him out? Why he's okay. They only scored 1 run. Now look at it. Take him out. The other cat comes in, 2 strikeouts, retire, and gets through the inning, and all is well.
We'll see tonight, baby. We'll see tonight.
One thing about tonight,
you
have to realize, Dusty Baker is opposite Tony La Russa. Remember, Tony La Russa was the longtime coach for the Oakland A's, for the St. Louis Cards. These are the 2 oldest managers in all of baseball. The 2 oldest managers in all of baseball. I don't think there's never been two guys with the combined age. I think, let me see, Dusty Baker's about 70.
They ain't running up and down the field. They just sitting their old ass in the dugout and biting on what you call them, toothpicks.
No, but Hal, I'm gonna tell you something. In baseball,
they ain't doing shit.
In baseball, a lot of these decisions and moves that you see being made, managers make a lot of those moves.
I understand.
And understands. And I'm gonna tell you, it goes so smart. Like say last night, the Dodgers, I think they had like 26 position players on the roster. Not 26, 16 position players on the roster, then 10 pitchers. Dude, making the decisions like that goes into the manager. Deciding on who's gonna come in and of course you got a pitching coach that helps you out, but that's a lot of moving parts in baseball. And let me tell you something. What was fitting last night is when Pujols came to pinch hit, and that was like if Pujols would he almost hit the ball out because Pujols played most of his career with the St. Louis Cardinals. Mm-hmm. And if Pujols
Jimmy, can I help you out? Ain't this the same Pujols that they still looking for that ball he knocked out of the Astros Stadium to beat the Astros?
That was with St. Louis.
Yeah, that's that same. Okay. I just want to make sure they still looking for that ball. It ain't came down yet, but keep going.
It's the same Pujols that ride the bench for the Dodgers. That's what the same Pujols is. You didn't know he was on the team until the 9th inning. You didn't even know he was on the team. You was like, oh, that's right. They got Pujols.
We got him from the Angels. The Angels got rid of his old ass.
Guess what? The Angels are sorry as hell, and ain't no other excuse for it. They understand they got some of the highest paid baseball players in the major league. Trout, the Oriental cat. What's the name?
The guy just came. Yeah.
Ohtani.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like him.
They had Pujols there. Not to mention, and among others, and they still can't move the needle. So we're not even talking about them today. Astros, 3 p.m. Central Time. They host the White Sox, and that series. I'm thinking it's going to go 5. But Chicago they don't have much to lose. They don't have much to lose. The Astros they're shifting into that mode where the team now people realize, damn, the Astros made it they came in first. Damn, we don't need them to win. We can't stand if the Astros win. That's what people are saying right now. You know it. So guess what?
I wish it was a way the Astros can win and make you and Mindy mad. If I can accomplish that, I'd be good.
Oh, they can. Carlos Carrera can get hit by a pitch. He don't play no more. Now Altuve can sprain an ankle going around first base.
Okay.
He's out for the series. That can happen.
I
Now,
want the
one of the
Astros to
things
win.
is,
I just don't want you and Minnie to have nothing to say. That's all.
and Astros is in a perfect situation right now. The pitching staff have morphed itself together. We don't have, we got, of course, Lance McCullers is on the mound today. He's actually been doing well. A lot of those guys in the staff is doing well by committee. And we got Greinke. He's a reliever now, so he's coming out the bullpen. He's gonna probably be the first guy they bring out. And people wonder why do a guy like get demoted and what makes that happen. And I explain this to you guys in baseball terms. There are sometimes when like certain pitchers, the manager only want them to face that lineup a limited amount of times. Some pitchers can go as many as 3 times through the lineup. Some you don't want them to go more than 2. Some you don't want them to go 4 max. And then that's a rule of thumb. Other people look at the pitch count, but you don't want them to go through the lineup because now certain batters they can get hold of your pitches easier next time they bat you. But Greinke used to be able to go through 2-3 lineups. Now it's down to 1. They're catching on to his stuff easier. He's not in command of his stuff as much as he used to be. A lot of his stuff was slow, off-speed breaking balls and stuff. And that ain't happening right now for him. He just ain't got it right now. So guess what? You bring him out the pen. He comes in, face a few batters, right? Not going through a whole lineup at all. And that's what he's going to be servicing. He can be a setup guy, maybe 2 innings you get out of Greinke and out the pen, and that'll be a job well done. But we're going to see how this thing go. Astros take this game 1, and we need the Astros to win in convincing fashion. Not like the Dodgers did like that. That's no. Put them out their misery and put them in their place in the first inning. And then we'll be grooving.
Jimmy,
so that's how we go.
Jimmy, when you said all this, just what I was thinking about when you was thinking about all this, right? Hey, while you were singing the Astro song, that's what I was thinking. I'm gonna play my violin.
So you was talking NBA stuff a while ago, and another thing with NBA, a victory for the players is per the Players Association that none of the NBA players will be randomly tested for weed this season. That's a victory for the players, and
that's a victory for the players.
Yeah, okay. Because they're trying to make movements and towards legalizing it all the way through and not testing for them at all with weed. And so that means now that's the next step. That means if they do this out, that means the only way you could be tested for weed as if you basically what? If you got a reason, you're giving them a reason to test you, or you got to have that one, everybody gets that one scheduled test. And once you do it, you go smoke all the weed you wanted to back in, before. Say they revamped those rules after the bubble in Orlando. So when Orlando transpired, that's when they strictened the rules on testing of the weed. And sure enough, and then even the NBA guys know, based on from my conversations with a few of them, that once they got tested back before the bubble, if you got tested, you was good. You go smoke all you want to because you got your test out the way. So that's basically how it's going to go back to how it used to be. You get that one test out the way, you can smoke all you want. Now another thing is, yesterday we were talking about Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets, and sure enough, KD has broke his silence on it and did what a good teammate is supposed to do. If you're going to say something, you got to go and endorse your player, your teammate, not the establishment. And so KD basically doubled down on his backing of Kyrie Irving, saying that, he respects his right to act in this manner. Now, the thing is, their record is 0-0 right now. Frustration will insert itself into this equation if and when the Brooklyn Nets are teetering around 500 or below at any point at the gates. That's when the frustrations will mount. The losses at home without Kyrie Irving will frustrate against teams that they don't have no business losing to on paper. That's when you will see frustration will lead itself to the forefront. And guess what? One of the things I don't feel sorry because of the fact that, I mean, I think you got what? Isn't Mike D'Antoni on the bench over there?
Not no more.
They let him go?
Yeah, he gone.
Where he at now?
I don't know. He gone. He ran his old
So
ass. He ran his old ass right up out there.
I mean, that dude was old for real though. I mean, people he didn't look.
He's 74 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I'm serious, but he didn't look. Now, don't get it twisted. He kind of had some signs of dementia when he get to talking sometimes, but he doesn't physically. If you see him in person, he doesn't look the 74, pushing 75. So, but time will tell on this Kyrie thing. NBA yesterday they had some more scrimmage games last night. And of course, the Lakers and the Phoenix Suns played. I think LeBron did not play. Russ did not play. Trevor Ariza, he's out for about 6 weeks. How about that? Trevor Ariza had, I think, ankle surgery, so he's out for 2 months. Trevor Ariza is one of the oldest guys on the team.
He was one of the ones who went 1 for 12 in that stretch. I don't like him no more. I don't like him no more. I'm glad he on that team.
You don't like him no more?
Yeah, you remember he was one of the Rockets that couldn't make a shot when we was 0 for 27. He was 0 for 12 in the 0 for 27. Excuse me.
Now,
I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry.
You got some pep over there. You good to go now? You all right over there? Okay. Now, yeah. Let me know if you guys can. You guys hear me out there now? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Okay. I'm trying to make sure they can hear me out there. Okay, good. All right, now let's get back to talk to some what we got out there. We got some other stuff that was, I think, in the mailbag, and you guys got questions. One thing I want to share with you guys is what I got. I think it's I always like to leave you guys with some good stuff on Baby Friday. I always do. And what I'm going to do in just a second is I'm going to show you guys something. And there we go. Here we go. There we go. Now, this is something that we're going to break on the Chop Shop. Try to give you some breaking news every doggone week. What I got for you guys now is I'm sharing with you the new website for the JRB events. And this is a perfect time for you guys to share the show with somebody. Remember, JRB events, we do those, and our events, of course, you see them down here for the 2022 season, the grassroots season. We got the Kingwood Live. This is going to be April the 8th through the 10th. You have Greater Houston Live. The Elite 36, I think that's going to be in May. And what you do is we can click on, I click on this right here, on their logo, and look what happens. It takes you to the date.
Okay.
You see? So that's the date. And then you can want to reserve one of your teams. You see this, you go right in. So this website is easy on the eyes. Then we have the grassroots showcase. July the 22nd through the 24th. And you click there. We want to reserve a spot. The Sophomore Exposure Camp, we're bringing that back into June. It's going to be, I think, in July. We have the dates. It's TBA. That's invite only. But this is the JRB events. One thing about it, it's going to be organized. Then also, once again, its website is easy on the eyes. It's easy to navigate. And one of the things we're going to bring into the play, we will have a free hospitality room. Free hospitality for all of the coaches. Now, this hospitality in some of the events, it may be at the site, at the location, or it may be at the hotel. But every event is going to have hospitality. Now, the one at the hotel is going to have a different type of beverage, free, than it would if it's at the location. So I wanted to let you guys know the JRB events. Once again, I go over to the home. This is right here that pulls up. The website is jrbevents.com. If you're a grassroots coach, you can go and give us, and of course you scroll down. It's intel on myself. You got Rick Nelson right here.
Rick.
And this is, if you want to send us emails, you got the intel, phone numbers, email addresses, joinrealballers@gmail.com. I'm just saying, this is, and it's easy on the eye. So now somebody asks, here's the thing. What happened with Brian Jolivet? Oh, here we go. I'm glad you guys.
Can we get off of this?
Yeah, you can get off of that.
Okay.
I'm glad you guys asked. What happened with Brian Jolivet?
I didn't ask that.
Well, I'm going to let you know.
Some people asked? Okay.
Brian Jolivet was in control of all of the money for all of the events in 2000, all of the JRB events. So if I'm telling you, if you was in control of all of the money, you took the money home with you every night and every event, then that means that money damn sure wasn't the reason from Jim Hicks or Rick Nelson's side of the fence. Well, the lack thereof wasn't the reason. Bottom line is, in a nutshell, just sum all this stuff up. Jolivet comes from a different side of the track and the way he does events than Rick Nelson and Jim Hicks. Rick Nelson and Jim Hicks has a little bit of urban in the way we do our events. Jolivet is business. If you guys don't have your money and you guys ain't in teams, you know how teams are, Heather. A lot of these teams, they try to patch up and they try to work it out. Guess what? We're going to work with you. And a lot of times over there with him, that ain't the case. We've had several meetings. They ass got to pay. I'm like, man, let them people in. People ain't got no bread. So it was just an ideology on
it just don't work. People. Some, yeah. Everybody,
it didn't work. It didn't work.
Yeah.
And but once again, this was people try things all the time now, and it work or it don't. But once again, like I'm saying, that another important fact, all the money went home with Brian Jolivet.
So money wasn't the problem. So that's what you're saying. Money wasn't the problem.
Well, Jolivet thought that it was going to be a magic wand. I'm just going out on the ledge. He thought it was a magic wand that you get and you do an event, you get Jim Hicks to come in and 200 teams will come running to the event. Yeah, not in year one. So it don't work like that. This is a whole different era of doing basketball events. Once again, that's and it's okay.
Just have it. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it's okay. So, but at the same time, yeah.
Jimmy, I want to talk about this Kanye West thing. I want to talk about, but this guy did leave a message in our mailbox. He said, Jimmy, why is certain, I don't know what he meant by Mustafa. I think he's still on Abdul Malik Mustafa. He said, why is that certain local high school teams, I don't understand this one though, with top ranked players on RCS Sports and other local service will play an event sponsored by entities not from the local Houston area, but won't play an event or an event sponsored by another Houston-based event operator. I don't
Say it
understand what
again.
you're talking about.
Just read it again. Let me
Oh my God.
incorporate it.
Mustafa, I don't understand what the hell you're talking about. Jimmy, why is it that certain local high school team, okay, you got that part, right?
Mhm.
All right, with top ranked players on RCS Sports and other local service. So the team got players ranked with you and other local service. They would play an event sponsored by entities not from the local Houston area.
Okay.
Got that?
They will play.
They will play
Mhm.
an event sponsored by entities not from the local Houston area, but won't play in your event or in an event sponsored by another Houston-based event operator.
Well, first, if Mustafa, it would have been better if you'd have just said, keep yourself anonymous and name the school that you're talking about
Yeah, because
in
we don't
particular.
understand.
And then I can probably help you narrow it down. And because different ones are different reasons.
Right.
I mean, you got to realize you have folks and you have strokes. And there are different strokes for different folks. And different people make choices. And the thing is, it just, when you make those choices, there's often will be consequences if you are on the wrong side of success with your choice. Then you're mad. Like, why you got to do it? Wow, man, well, you made your choice. So some people, my thing is, how is all of this working out for everybody who subscribed to the new school ideas and the new school solicitations? How is it working out for you guys, for your recruitability and all of this stuff? Because at the end of the day, it comes down.
What you mean by the new school? What you mean?
Well, the people that's paying for tweets, the people that's paying for rankings, paying for fabrication of going on campuses for offers, whether it's going to be, if you're going there making people think it's an official visit when you just there on an unofficial, just to go through the motions. And it boosts the self-esteem of a kid right at that moment. Yeah, possibly. But if you keep living it, then you got to live in character with that. That means, like I said, there's oftentimes, and I've been in a church service when the pastor got up during announcements and acknowledged some young kid in the congregation as receiving an offer from a college. I've been in church when that happened before. I don't remember who the kid was, but seriously, I've been there. So that means now, what if that offer was a fake offer? Then that means everybody in church, that kid is going to feel obligated he's not going to tell that it's not, or the parent not going to tell it's not a real offer. So this new school adage of this is what you got to do. You got to do this to get there. How is it working out now? Because you know what I see right now? Hannah, the class of 2022 in Greater Houston is on course to produce the lowest amount of Division I players in the 20 years that I've been covering this city.
And got more coverage than ever. They got more coverage than ever in history.
Think about that. So think about it. Remember, so it starts
But times just changed, Jimmy.
Yeah, okay, but what do you mean by that?
Times just changed. I mean,
what do you mean by
maybe the players, Jimmy. Let me tell you what. Somebody called me from Memphis. I think Ray Moore. He called me. He's a coach in Memphis. He said the talent is so bad in Memphis right now because the local schools, the city schools, all their top players was going out of the city or private schools so they can play, right? So it's not no talent in the city. People were leaving and stuff. So could it be that just cause these guys just can't play in 2022?
No, no. I mean, understand. The portal has
Because they
something to
get
do with.
Jimmy. I know more players in 2022 than I ever knew in 21. So the colleges just don't want them. Could it be the transfer
No,
portal?
I just said the portal has a lot to do with it, but at the same time,
Uh,
the portal was present in 2021, which we are in right now.
mm-hmm.
So class of 2021 had more. So the thing is, see, this is where it started from. It started from the narrative that, and guess what? That's fine. This Greater Houston is too big for one person to cover. So we got so many kids.
And it is.
So if that be the case, so that means came 2, then came 4, then came 8. So that means if 8 is covering, then normally those 8 are saying, okay, you guys, when it was 4, y'all missing out on these other guys over here. These guys here's Division I players. Y'all got all y'all talk about is Division I players. Are they? What about these guys? So now you start covering these other guys, and guess what happens? So now it's a maximum amount of coverage for one metropolitan area. When you start now, how is that turning? That's my initial question. How is that looking for you guys now? You got maximum coverage,
But Jimmy,
by one way or another.
Jimmy, you can have maximum coverage, like you just said. Why we always talk about the D1 guys? Why they looking at? Okay, but so they went and covered the non-D1 guys, and guess what? What they done found out, maybe these guys are non-D1 for a reason. Just because you play basketball don't mean your ass is a D1 player. Some of those guys they say you've been sleeping on, they probably need to still be sleep on. So, in other words, the coaches know who let me tell you something, parents. This ain't Jimmy talking, this from what I be hearing from coaches. They done seen every one of y'all y'all little kids play 1,000,000 damn times. Let me repeat that so the people in the back can hear it. As much coverage as it is in this city, used to be 1, now it's 8. And we this year had the lowest number of Division I sign in 20 years. It's okay. I just think, me personally, I just think a lot of the guys ain't that good. And these coaches are not going to get fired just coming to get some guys because your mama cute. Or you got a good social media handle. I think these kids are not working on their game. They busy, Jimmy. They busy selling their game instead of playing the game. This stuff is to be sold, not told. And that's what I think it is. You can't come in a gym without a camera. If a camera ain't in the gym, you don't want to be in the gym. No live period, no pandemic, no Muhammad. These dudes have played a whole lot of damn basketball. And all them coaches got baller TV. Live period, do y'all know? Hold on. Let me help them, Jimmy. Live period don't mean nothing, man. These coaches just think not gonna come and watch you on live period. These coaches we got 8, Muhammad, listen to me. We got, I don't know how many, we got 8 different sources in this city telling every coach about everybody. They got film on it, Archie videoing them to death. All I'm telling you, it ain't the live period. They missed the live period. They might not just be good enough, man. You got all the coverage. You go over here. Hold up. You go to this camp one week. Jimmy, you over in this camp next week. You go, man, it's been basketball. I see. Thank God for Jimmy and Doug them, because I couldn't sit through another second of basketball after I watched them 3 games that night. I don't see how they do it. I take my hat off to you, Jeffrey Day, Robert Carroll, all of y'all. Y'all see a lot of damn bad basketball, and I know y'all got to cover it, because the college coach told me one time, Muhammad, college coach told me. He said, Robert, y'all, I promise you, this is when I started understood. He said, Robert, every year I have to come to Houston and the other cities to get me some apples. We consider the apples players. Okay? He says, sometimes the apples be big and ripe and beautiful. But then sometimes they be scrawny and not so good. He said, but I have to have me some apples. So I might get that apple this year. But the next year, when I get one of them big ones, his ass got to go. That little scrawny one got to go. Muhammad, let me tell you something. I'm not saying you out, but I know some people who think like you. I'm just saying these people are watching everybody that's seen your son play. I'm going to repeat this. St. Thomas done seen your kid play. What school, your guy who used to work at St. Thomas, what school he at, Jim, who always be at your events? The guy
Arkansas consultant.
He didn't watch your kid. Jerome Kane don't miss a kid ever. The Houston Cougars are here. Johnny Jones, I just had a great situation with him the other day. Listen to me, y'all. These people know we got kids in this city. I didn't realize it, but they look at the rankings that Doug Jones and Jimmy and them compile. They look at the rankings of them other guys and they compile. Jimmy have an event one day, he got another dude have an event the other day, and then another guy have a. Y'all, they playing a lot of basketball. But you can talk about the transfer portal, but if your ass that good, hold up, Jimmy, how many got scholarships already? D1 right now, 11?
And Greater
Houston, 11, 12.
Class of 2022, we're sitting on about 11.
11.
Now.
So, Muhammad, the transfer portal is in effect for them 11 too, ain't it? They got through. Let me repeat that one, because Jimmy said 11. Ain't the transfer portal been in effect for how many, 2 years? These 11 got through, Muhammad.
No, more than 2 years. It just blew up.
Okay, but the point I'm trying to make, those 11 got through. Where are the other 10 or 20 we use, 10 or 11 we usually have? Where are they? So let me tell you something, man. We can sit here and blame stuff. But all I'm sitting here saying, if you good enough, man, in this day and time, like the little boy Trey Miller, I went in there and watched him play the other day. I said, I like him. Guess what I did? Same thing Jimmy did. Hey, man, this a little dude down here named Trey Miller. So we've been seeing your guy, but when I walk in the gym, it was all I saw was a bunch of ball beaters. I can't go tell no coach about that. He got enough of them on his damn team already. He's trying to get rid of. So, I mean, Jimmy, I just don't. I think we need to get a little bit more smarter and understand this thing, y'all, parents. If your kid done been to all of these camps, and your kids done maybe they done seen your kid too damn much and know what he can't be at all. Instead of talking about he ain't been seen enough, Maybe they done
Well,
seen. I'm sorry, Jimmy.
yeah, I mean, and that's a possibility. Is maybe for some people
Yeah.
it's backfired because so many people have wrote about your kid, but that doesn't mean that they're in private. They wrote about your kid publicly, but it does not mean in private that they're actually co-signing your kid. That's why I always tell you guys, and I say it again. Listen, start asking these coaches. Trust me, if they want your kid, if they're interested, they will tell you. Start asking them, can you let me know who gave you my cell number so I would know who to thank? They'll tell you. A lot of people are in your faces making you think that they are. And here's the thing, this is what the catch is. If the people that's in your face and making you think that they're down with you, and they're so down and everybody is so sleeping, but at the same time, these same people, don't they have college contacts? Don't they have college coaches in their cell phone? So if your son is sitting right now and he's a 12th grader in a position that there's no recruitment on any level that's moving the needle, then go back and revisit the conversations of the people that had got influence on him, such as whoever it may be. Because here's what that means. That possibly means that this guy, remember, when they first recruit your son, here's how they come. Man, let him come work out with me one time. Let me work him out. See what, Then after you work him out one time, then they'll come and tell you this, parents. Have you heard this ever before? Man, I don't know who been working him out, man, but they've been wasting your time. They've been taking your money. They got him doing all the wrong stuff. He don't need to do all that stuff. Man, let me have him for another couple of weeks, another month. I get him right. Have you heard that before? Raise your hand if you heard that before. Then what about you heard this one before? Man, I played here, played there. Coach over there, that's my guy. Coach over there, that's my guy. That's my dude on that staff. Everybody around the country is your dude. If they're your dude, they should be able to put the phone on speaker and call a coach and have that coach answer the phone right there in your face and be able to at least get the ball rolling. If they're not able to do that, that means you bought a bag of doo-doo. That's what you paid for. You get what you pay for in some cases. So, once again, it could be a lot of people have been seen too much. Other people could be relying on the wrong powers that be to get them to the promised land, and that person really can't walk on water as they made you to believe. And this is why I tell people, if you're paying attention to a lot of this stuff, and see, it will not get any better unless there becomes a group of parents to say, you know what? When my son gets out of the 12th grade, I'm coming back. I'm going to tell it all. I hear parents say that all the time. I've been hearing parents say that all the time for years. You know what happens? After their son gone on, know what they say? Man, the hell with it. I'm not going to even talk about it. I'm just going to let it go. So it keeps recycling itself through other parents. Got to fall prey. Once you guys galvanize and realize you have much more power than you could ever believe in this stuff, I'm telling you. And the thing of it like this, pay attention. Everybody out there that has a ink pen or a type or a laptop, and they've been doing it for, let's say, 5+ years at the high school level, that person should have a least one claim to fame. A guy that they were the first to anoint, and nobody else anointed him, and he went to a level that was higher than other people thought he would go. I say that again. If you really want to keep score, ask the people who's on your resume. Who did you anoint that nobody else anointed, and they went to a higher level than the other people thought they would go out of high school. Bobby Benjamin and Gary and the crew with the Extra Eyes Media. Remember, they anointed the young fella from Lamarck High School.
Yes.
What's the kid name?
I love him too. God, the guard. Played against Yates.
What's his name? Yeah. Y'all come help me out now. Come on, congregation. Help me out. Boom, boom, room.
Don't tell him I forgot his name, y'all. I like to look. Oh my God, man.
Help me out. Y'all come on now. Where's the name at? I'm looking at the boom, boom room.
Jordan Ivan Curry. That's my dude. Yes.
There we go. Archie, there you go, right on time.
Yeah.
My mind had went blank. So think about this. So that would be the claim to fame for Bobby Benjamin. He don't have to go to Duke. It's Jordan, meaning that so you guys see where I'm coming at. That means you came into the game beating the drum on a certain individual, right? And nobody else, when you were before the curve, nobody else would co-sign that loan, so to speak. Like I can give a Herb Baker, and guess what? You're gonna miss some. It's no problem. A lot of guys gonna miss, but if you ain't got no hits and you got all misses, something ain't right with your eyeball. Like I know Herb was on the front line of Xavier Wheeler, because Xavier Wheeler was in like the 7th or the 8th grade at Victory Prep, and Herb was working for Victory
him.
Prep.
Right.
And it was like, and I got to the point, and I messed around, and he got to the 9th grade. I'm like, we got out the 9th grade. I think we going into the 10th, whatever. We had him ranked number 1, and all hell broke loose in the city. I think, you know what? I think that wave made more people hate me than any other wave.
What wave? What wave was that?
That was the Xavier Wheeler wave.
Why?
Because people's like, how can you have a kid that's short as number 1 in the city? That means everybody below him is old. So I mean, nobody believed at the time that he was SEC good.
Oh, okay.
So indirectly, Herb gets the credit on his level, but you could, more than one person could get credit. Xavier Wheeler was my latest one, and I put him number 1 before anybody. Then he goes and I mean, don't get it twisted. He was still doing his thing. I ain't the only one to get credit.
Right.
But my first, if you want to know my first was Tag Minor. So my first was in class 2000, and Tag Minor was the first, and also Lamar Hurd was in class of 2002. Lamar Hurd went to Heritage Christian under Jerome Tang. Everybody knew about Cedric Hensley, but Lamar Hurd ended up going to Oregon State. Started at that thing at that Joker for like 4 years straight, and was
so what's the qualification here? Because I stepped out
a kid that if you was at a service and you who's the kids that you anointed, meaning that before he was ranked by the masses, by the powers that be, you said this kid here is this. Now, here's a catch now. It doesn't qualify if you're saying this kid is a high major and he ends up going to Sam Houston State out of high school, because that means he didn't meet the mark for which you were selling him at. That's the catch, because this is what everybody's doing now. That's why I brought this up. Everybody's selling everybody as a Power 5, but then it's settling in the Southland. Not taking nothing
Okay.
away from the Southland.
Yeah. But
So that's what I'm talking about. You sold a guy as a Power 5, and that's where his ass signed at.
so
You sold, like Jordan Ivory Curry was not sold as a Power 5. He was sold as a Division I player. So guess what? He went Division I.
and the reason now I'm finna bring it back home to what you was talking about in the beginning. Because we got Brian Merritt on here, and Brian Merritt, you can help us, because we can go there all day. I'm talking about we got 11 guys, that's got Division I offers right now, of commitments, whatever, in this class, Brian Merritt, and got 11 guys. We got a chance on this being the lowest ever in 20 years. Brian Merritt, in your expertise, and we got 8 times the coverage that we ever had in the history of basketball and grassroots basketball in Houston. The portal. So the portal is hurt. So how did the 11 guys get through? So they were better than the portal. The 11 guys that they were better than the portal. Brian Merritt. If you're saying the portal is hindering recruitments from kids nationally, so you mean, I'm just trying to figure it out, baby. I'm just trying to figure out, Chad Grove. But Brian, you know this area real good. And Houston is huge. So I got a question. Is it down everywhere? Because Jimmy, we are the one. This is the man. Jerome Tang told me one time, I'll never forget this. He said, man, really and truly, this is about 4, 5, 6 years ago. I don't have to go out of Texas to get a guy. He said, Houston, Texas gonna have me a bad dude, 2 or 3 bad dudes every year. So this fertile soil of Houston, Texas, is producing 10 to 11 fewer this year, and we're gonna blame it on the portal. Is it like that around it's like that everywhere. Okay. So if it's like that everywhere, Jimmy, hey, guess what?
So that means a bell curve applies. So if it's like that everywhere, and this is coming from a Division I coach, guys, it's on the portal. Remember, his view into this forest is from a different perch. He's in one of the trees looking down. He's not on the ground. Mm-hmm. So he has his vantage point is supreme to ours. So now he's telling you that means it's down everywhere for the amount of signees that are in high school. This means that every city has 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 guys that normally would have gotten Division I offers 2 years ago, but they're sitting there scratching their head because the guys that's in close to these families and these kids, they know that there was a kid coming through or who have came through in recent years that may not have been as good as this kid. And he went this place or he went that place. The market has reset itself.
This is a good one right there, Jimmy. Brian just giving us information. Transfer rule is slowing things down. If kids come in and aren't ready to play right away and don't, hold up, Brian, let me put it back up there. And don't play right away, they transfer and you waste a whole year. You waste a year. Wow.
Aha. So now this goes back to what I said yesterday when we were talking about the young man. Mm-hmm. The young man's name is Trey Miller.
Yes.
And remember I said yesterday.
Yes.
I love him. He's a Division I prospect. Mm-hmm. That's no brainer. However, a lot of schools already have their situation set with guards. If I was to go and find one for him, just you want Division I that bad, would you be willing to sit out? Because if you get there and don't play, guess what your ass is probably going to do? Bounce. And if you bounce, I've co-signed the loan for you to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what it does to my credit with that college coach?
Mm-hmm.
That assistant coach might understand something, guys. In a lot of staffs, I really don't. Maybe next week we'll get a college coach to come on and explain to this how this stuff goes. Understand something. Me and Hatter can be on the same college staff, and we have a boss. Let's say Hatter has a guard that he saw and he done followed through on the circuit, and he's good with the grassroots coach. They boys. So that's a perfect scenario. Let's say I got a guard that's Hatter's guard is 6'1". I got one 6'1" that I seen when I was at the GMI and the Gasso, and when I was down in the South and down in Texas recruiting. I like this dude. Now, guess what? I think my dude better than Hatter dude. Hatter think his dude better than my dude.
Coaches be thinking like that, Jimmy.
Let Brian Merritt answer that.
Okay, keep going. Brian,
we got an 8-second delay. Does that scenario transpire on coaching staffs around the
I can see the competition thing. I can see that. Yeah.
So now, while I'm waiting on this response, that means either two things got to happen. Either one of us got to influence the boss to come see our guard, our little 6-foot guard play in two different events during the live period. You got to see your kid, got to see mine. Or we got to get another one of the coaches off the staff to go see both of them and break that tie or give the intel. Now, what comes in after that is the secondary stuff. Right?
Mm-hmm. What Brian said?
That's when, what kind of kid is it? The grades, academics, is he going to qualify? You know, and the background stuff comes in at the end. Now, Brian says, if the staff in sync, it don't matter, because what matters is what the head coach wants. So the head coach hadn't seen these guys yet, though, Brian, in this scenario.
Right.
So that means the head coach eventually has to go and see one. And guess what happens? Eventually, the head coach gonna say which one he likes. But when they land at the airport, that assistant coach who saw that kid is driving the car, and the head coach over on the other seat, and that assistant coach gonna tell him, "Yeah, we're gonna see little Pee Wee today, coach. Pee Wee, man, I tell you, man, you're gonna like him, coach. He bad, man.
I'm with that. I'm with that.
Right? So now, if little Pee Wee comes to this school, coach end up getting little Pee Wee, and little Pee Wee ass, he ain't buying in. Just put it like that. Little Pee Wee ain't gonna start now. Remember, we told little Pee Wee got the point guard now is a junior. He's gonna be a senior that next year. And they got another guy that red shirted. So they got 3 guards in. Little Pee Wee ain't gonna start over that senior. So little Pee Wee got to go and get them freshmen in. He mad now because he's not playing at all, because the red shirt that moved ahead of him, they was fighting for that second spot. Pee Wee wants to transfer. He goes in the portal. If that coach, you don't have no idea unless you ask. And this might be a good question to start asking, but a coach ain't gonna really tell you the truth. If that coach, the last 3 guys he done brought in, they all transferred after the first year, that head coach, notice that, he going to get rid of that damn coach. His ass going to be on the hot seat. This is real life stuff. And everybody's trying to measure toward the past, measure toward the now. Thanks, right. Brian Merritt, for waking people up and letting them understand what's out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and like you said, Melvin Dukes, that's absolutely right. If the same assistant keep bringing in what the head coach wants, the other assistant on the chopping block, not on the chopping block, he's expendable. Because know what now? Here's what head coaches notice. Every time you play a game, head coaches notice something about somebody on the other staff. I'm giving it to you good right now, guys.
Come on, Real.
Whether it be the scout, put it like this, Hal. If I'm playing against you
Mm-hmm.
And I'm supposed to whoop your ass, but you come out with some shit and and now you got me calling 2 timeouts before the first TV timeout. And all over the place, right? I like that comment right there. You guys soak that in. Take a screenshot with your phone and check this out. So guess what happened after the game? You beat me. I might be prone to go find out who the hell did the scout for you. Which one of those coaches did that scout? You know,
Coach.
I'm gonna keep my eye on him. If a position comes open, I'm gonna try to lure him.
Jimmy, think about what you just said. You remember when we had what's my man, coach that George Mason? He come up, Paul Hewitt. You remember he was on the show?
Yeah.
You remember? I asked him about when we played them. He said, "Shit, y'all got me fired." You know, Cornell beat them. He said it on the show. Cornell.
George Mason, I think.
George
right?
Mason. I was at the game. And then he said, "Man, didn't nobody tell me about that? They got that little guard and that damn Sean Miller. Didn't nobody tell and so what happens then, Brian Merritt, when y'all not prepared? Whoever did that scout, Jimmy, you love scouts, didn't tell them about Robert and Sean, and they got their head. He said, "Man, I got fired." He said, "That kind of they'll get you fired." I did not realize, but I'm glad you said that. But keep going. But Coach Hewitt came on this show and said that. I'll never forget it. Wow. They said, put it back up there. Let me put Brian. They must love Brian's comment. Let me put it back up there, Brian. They like that transfer portal rule going to force coaches to stop overselling and underdelivering. Ooh, okay.
And when you're saying coaches, Brian, specify which level of coaches are you talking about? You're talking about grassroots coaches, high school coaches, college coaches, which coaches, so that way people can be clear when they take your quote and transfer it over to somebody else. Make sure,
It's going to force coaches to stop overselling and underdelivering. Which coaches you talking about? we wait. Go on, Jimmy. Keep talking. He gonna put it up there.
I mean, I'm loving the convo.
Oh, I'm loving.
I know you guys. We know you guys are watching and listening, but this is once again, this is why it's the perfect time.
Yes,
it's the perfect time right now to find a way to go and visit some of these non-Division I schools.
yes.
Like you thriving. See, I really understand, and I understand it.
So he said line-ass college coaches, Jim.
Okay, there you go. So we're talking about. I'm just saying that way. Not certain guys won't get offended.
By
his comment.
Some coaches,
hit. So that way the hit dogs won't just start hollering.
Okay.
We weren't talking about you grassroots coach.
Not you grassroots. Because we know y'all sensitive. But
a lot of guys, and guess what? College football, especially if you live down in Texas, is great. Tailgating is great. This weekend, you got Alabama at A&M. So just think about it. What grown-up wouldn't want to go and experience the Alabama football game for free playing against Texas A&M? So that means you're going to get to a couple of kids, put them in the car with you, and you're going to take an unofficial visit to the campus. And the thing is, those kids that you're taking with that one kid that they might really want, we got to stop making those other kids think that they really want them too. Let them understand what the game is.
Oh.
Look, that's your dude, but guess what? They'll take you and help push your application through. They help you get in, and maybe if you want to, if that's your dude, this high, but you ain't gonna be able to play at the school. You see, if you real with the kids, then them kids can play. We had an old saying back in the days called popping corn. They can pop more corn. That means they can jive you. They can slick you. They can pop more corn than you guys are willing to give these kids credit for. A lot of these kids are more advanced than you guys, grown folk, are willing to admit. I'm going to give you a case in point. If you go on any random, which, and I do, but back when, let's say when World Star was first famous, every now and then if you watch some of these young people fight, nowadays. They fight, a lot of these teenagers fight like they done been to the penitentiary. It's certain ways you got to hold up, you got to square up. They fight more advanced than guys fought when we was teenagers. They do a lot of stuff more advanced. Not to even going there. Think about the songs and the music and all this stuff and their sexual allegedly activities that appear. That's a whole different ball game. Now, one of the things they don't do that we still have an edge on, think about this, is household survival skills. These young people don't have the survival skills that we possessed when we was teenagers. You think try one of them. If you think I'm joking, try them. Survival skills. You guys know what I'm talking about. At home, ain't nothing to eat. What do you eat when it ain't nothing to eat? You're gonna make a meal. You had peanut butter and jelly. You had syrup. You put on the bread. You ain't never had a syrup sandwich?
Hell yeah. I like them. I used to.
The back of the end of the bread don't have no meaning, no value to this generation. The end of the bread had a value. You didn't want it, but it had a value. Back then. I'm saying seriously. And you think about it. So the value, we knew how to cook.
Man,
these young people don't know how to cook.
Keep going, Jimmy, man. Hey, man, Melvin Dudes, man, I'm done with him. Him and Archie, I can't wait. They done sent me something. I'm going to post it in a minute. They ain't no good, man. These dudes good at editing. They can edit and put my Jimmy. They done put my picture on a Houston Rocket jersey. I'm not gonna show that now, because I don't want to encourage nobody else to do it. Man, y'all got tears coming out my eye. But I'm sorry.
So that's the ticket.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, my thing is these guys, and of course, Brian Merritt. We give you another one of his comments.
A mayonnaise sandwich. I ain't eat that. Oh, hell no, Dr. Newsom.
Than most. He says that. And Herb says, I've been saying for over a decade that college coaches are professional liars. Hey, but what do I know? Yeah, they will. They will lie.
They just don't tell you the whole truth.
But then at the same time, if we're seasoning each other and more of the parents to not believe them so easily, then it would help balance it off, Herb. You see? If we teach them the questions to ask, which I do, a lot of you parents out there watching, if you've talked to me before, I've gave many of you questions to ask. I don't tell you what to say. I give you some questions to ask as a deterrent, as a fact checker. And those questions will stop some people in their tracks. They'll know they're back out the driveway. It's, oh shit, we don't want to talk to her. She been talking to somebody. Or he been talking to somebody. And that's the thing. And Brian Merritt say because the grassroots coaches, they have to hear from the parents more so.
Yeah.
So the more they go somewhere realistic and play, the less they got to hear from the mom or dad complain. Yep. At the same time, Brian Merritt, a lot of people have wrote checks verbally to the parents and the kids, making them believe that they can get them certain places.
Jimmy, how can a parent research a program in rosters? That's hard to do.
The roster?
How can a parent research the programs in rosters?
Easy. Go to the web. Just Google the name of the school.
What if they ain't got no website?
Let me tell you something. If a school don't have a website in 2021.
No. I think you're talking about summer programs, Doc.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying. Well, how can you research them? Here's how you can research. You go and you look at their most recent program, the recent team, right? And you go and you can look at that and see where those players and print out where those players were ranked and where they went to school, where they committed to. That don't mean a team got to have a team full of Division I players. It doesn't. I say where they ranked and where they went to school. That means if you in the 12th grade, you got to be in the top 100. Somebody got to be on the team. Got to be in the top 100. If that's the type of program where you are spending time to vet, they must have at least 1 or 2 players that are in the top 100 by the time in the 12th grade. So you go check that program out. Then you see where they're going. Now, you go and look at the rest of the kids and see where they're going. That's 2 out of 10. Oh. Oh.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, man. That man, that wrong for that. Hey, man, Melvin Dewes, I'm going to get him, Jimmy. I'm getting Melvin Dewes.
Say, Halle going to take a picture of that and get it laminated and put some business cards in his pocket. He gonna go out there this weekend and he going to
Hey, man, I'm done with all of y'all, man. I'm done. Jimmy, I'm off next week. I'm not coming on the Chop Shop next week. They done pissed me off right now. That is crazy, man. But Jimmy, you were talking. I'm sorry, man. I ain't mean to interrupt.
Talking about the rosters. I'm saying they was talking about grassroots, and I think Brian Merritt put up the basketballreference.com. That's where you check for schools, for colleges.
Yeah,
basketballreference.com.
Right.
But for the grassroots programs, you go and you look at those teams, and you try to, and if you try to get in contact with a former parent, a former player. How do you do that? You simply go, once you find the rankings, that's why we do, when our rankings, we put the grassroots program, contact the high school coach. We put, high school, the grassroots program, and you can be able to tell where they played at in high school. You'll be able to tell before. And if nothing else, you call or send me a message if the player has no more eligibility remaining. I will supply their cell phone number to you for you to call as a reference. So that's a solution and a half for your ass, because ain't nobody going to offer you that. Or I will supply your number to them, depending on who the parent is, and then they can call you at their convenience and you can vet them and ask them questions. This is what
I thought about too? When Melvin Dewes just said something, Jimmy, that I found out, they said most of these parents never attend an AAU or high school practice, so they don't even know what their kid can really do. College coaches believe in practice. Let me tell you, Jimmy, I found that to be true. These parents who never go, they just see their son sitting on the bench. They don't understand what happens in practice. When seeing his ass get destroyed every day. They don't see that. They just see little Johnny, he come out the house with and he come home tired. But they don't see it, and that's I promise you, Jimmy. A lot of parents just don't know because they're not that involved. That's why I used to love ballet. Ballet practice, you go in there, 12 daddies standing around the practice. When I came along, when I was around them, it was 12 daddies around a thing. So, but that's a good one. Huh?
Well, Brian Merritt just gave. I kind of danced around it about the phone number. Call me for the number. Man, I told you a while ago, you guys, if you need somebody's number and they don't have any eligibility left. Now, with Brian Merritt just went cut straight to the case, to the chase. He says, ask that grassroots coach for the phone numbers of the kids they recruited and coached. If you get numbers right away, that's a good sign. That works for the college coaches as well. I think that's what he was mentioning and talking about. But if you ask them, guess what? That's like the old saying, you ever been somewhere and they say, I saw somebody that came to the door at the Super 16 last week. They were looking for somebody. And they said the person's phone must not be, they're trying to pick them up. They're trying to pick them up to go. And so they told, I'm listening in earshot and watching. He said, listen, I got $100 bill right here. If I ain't back in 15 minutes, you keep my money. So that means he gambling on himself. He ain't got no problem. I'm putting my money on that. So that means if you ask for a phone number and that coach give it to you, that's a good sign. That's a good sign.
I know that dude came back and got that 100.
Yeah, no, but understand, people come with all popping corn at the front door of events all the time. But this guy here, you don't know if a guy's telling the truth. You know, people say, I'm gonna go in there for 5 minutes, I'm looking for so and so. I'm gonna see how much time on the whatever. And okay, they walk in and never come back. So in this case, he put his money down and said, I'm gonna be back here in 15 minutes, or you keep my money.
Like that.
Guess why? It ain't no problem because I know I'm coming right back. If you think there's a possibility that you ain't coming back, you ain't gonna leave your money at that table.
Hush your mouth. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's my point in this. So a lot of times people ain't willing to put their money where their mouth is in this recruiting, how would you say it, cesspool of muddy ass water. Everybody wants to wear white gloves. The water muddy as hell. I say it again. Listen to people talk. We all make you think that we got on white gloves, but the water muddy as hell. Go figure that out. Let that soak in this stuff. That means, and me.
I ain't did nothing.
Yeah. Oh man, them guys, everybody understand something. In this business, if you ain't got dirty, if your white gloves ain't got muddy, you ain't lasting in this business. That's both sides of the fence, whether you're a college coach or you are on the other side of the recruiting spectrum. I'm saying, don't get it twisted. There's an exception to every rule. I'm not talking about every single person out there. I'm talking about the vast majority. I'm talking about a very vast majority. I'm talking about like 80% plus. Their gloves done got muddy. You can't wave them white ass gloves in this water and think they're gonna hold your hands up and they all clean, they still white. Oh no. That same thing works for high school coaches. All the ones that's kicking ass, winning state every year at the higher levels, not talking about the country towns, them smaller schools. You gotta take a chance. You got to. Remember, a coach ain't supposed to.
God, I'm messing with you. Come on.
A coach ain't supposed to transport a kid. A high school coach. That's against the rules. See, some rules you break so often people don't even know that grass in some fall ball, the coaches ain't supposed to transport the kids. That's in black and white. In fall ball, it's in writing. The kids are not supposed to wear school issued jerseys. Did y'all know that? You see it happen so many times in these videos, people don't even think of it, they don't even chastise it or blame it anymore. Once again, the teams are not supposed to wear school issued uniforms.
So anything the school issued, even the practice gear.
Unless the players have bought it, purchased it.
Okay.
They're not supposed to wear that.
But I don't think that's dirty.
That's against the rules. How does it in black and white? The coaches know that.
Some rules are ignorant as hell. We got a rule around here. We don't have a shot clock. But I think it's stupid as hell. We got a rule not to have a shot clock. So it's stupid as hell not to have a shot clock, and they got to go to college. These same guys got to go to college and play with a shot clock. So all rules, I don't care nothing about rules all the time. Because all rules are made to be broken to me.
What you realize, those small towns, those collective, see, that's the whole thing. All those different small towns are school districts, right, in their own, with some of those towns having one school for the whole city, or maybe two schools. So that's one school district. That's an electoral vote. The next school district, that's an electoral vote. I'm using the word electoral vote and transforming it over to
why we don't, but I think it's still dumb.
So guess what? Most of their kids are not there. Most of their kids are football first in those little towns. Collectively, they have more voting power than the Houston and the Dallas because there's so many of those small jokers. Now, if they start consolidating them little small ass counties and small towns and bundle them like you do a cell phone package, then it might help out because they don't have Division I players that they have to worry about in abundance in those smaller school districts. And that's one of the things that affects the thinking process towards the young people when it comes to basketball and the shot clock in Texas. That's the thing. That's one of the things. But anyway, It's that time, Adam. We got to get up out of here. I got to go and run some errands. Got to get ready for these Astros.
No, I'm just playing.
We got, of course, that's our people at the grind. You guys, listen, you're tired of chasing rebounds. Meet the Grind Machine, the first ever portable basketball shooting machine. Take your grind from the driveway to the gym and everywhere in between. They were featured on Shark Tank this past May, and they got a deal. It's this state-of-the-art machine provides everything you need to improve your game. 1/3 the size of traditional shooting machines at 1/2 the cost of their other affordable models. The Grind Machine is perfect for the modern student athlete. It weighs only 110 pounds. It folds down at 12 feet in the air into a portable luggage with the rollers on the bottom, and it fits right into your trunk. That's the Grind Basketball Shooting Machine. Go to the website, grindbasketball.com, or you go over to rcssports.com, and you will see the logo for the Grind Basketball Machine, and you click on that logo, and you get $100 off immediately. Go to rcssports.com. You will see the logo on top of that. This is the perfect Christmas gift for one of your relatives, your loved ones, to improve their shooting ability. The Grind Shooting Machine. Anyway, man, it is time. Walter Yates crazy. He said, it is time to slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing on this Baby Friday.
Hold on. Yeah, that's our business. We can play our own music. Yeah. Now get us on out of here, Jim. Because I'm finna go see them Astros get their head, toe, clean on. Hey, mine ain't gonna show up.
Got my trash can. Say, I'm getting ready. Getting ready for that Badu.
Hey.
Where I'm gonna be at this weekend?
Oh, boy, yo.
You can catch me over at Atascocita High School on Saturday for the freshman fall championships. That's going to be Saturday. Going to be awesome. I'll get a chance to see a lot of the 9th graders, get them some ink in for the magazine. Also, Mike Kunstad and Sam Lowe and Blues Tucci in town with the Great American Shootout, the fall Houston edition. I'll slide through there and support their efforts.
And Bobby Benjamin got something going on?
Atascocita will be playing over there. They're varsity, but the 9th graders will be at the freshman fall championship. That's Saturday. Of course, on Sunday, remember yesterday we had Coach V on. I'm going to slide out to the Open Court Sports Complex on Sunday afternoon and go out there and check out some of the young men from the area who will be participating in Coach V's camp on Sunday afternoon. So I'll be out there. That's where you can catch. That's why I'll be rocking it this weekend, guys. And in the meantime and in between time, you guys be safe out there. We got to rock. I got to go and clean up and get the car clean and go post up and watch these Astros kick some ass. And I see you guys. Hey, you know what? It'll be 2-0 by the time we come back on Monday. We'll see. But oh yeah, man, Astros for to get it in. But meanwhile, you guys make sure to share the show one last time for the week on your way out the door. Share that show on your way out the door. Thanks a bunch, man. Thanks for everybody for watching. Make sure you spread the word about the Chop Shop. If you haven't done so this week, go over to our YouTube page and hit the subscribe button. Just simply press that subscribe button and we're good to go. Thanks so much, guys. Once again, for Robert Haller, this is Jim Hicks. We are the Chop Shop. Peace. We up out of here.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter, you are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro, let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop.